All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on a system that is literally turning your social media feed into a high-octane car-selling machine. We're going to see how data, a clever strategy, and honestly, a little bit of digital magic are completely shaking up a massive industry. Let's get right into it.
So it all kicks off with this, a result that sounds, well, almost made up. We're talking nearly $300,000 in gross profit from one single dealership in less than a week. This one, absolutely staggering number, is the mystery we are going to solve today.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do you get that kind of result, not with some giant TV ad budget or a massive real-world event, but mostly through a platform that we all scroll through every single day, Facebook?
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at the big problem that dealerships are up against. Then, we'll dissect exactly what these Facebook events are. We'll look at the hard numbers to see the results, uncover the real secret sauce that makes it all tick, and finally, talk about what this whole thing means for you.
So first things first, we have to understand the problem that this entire system was designed to solve. Because for your average car dealership today, the road to making a sale has gotten really, really bumpy. And the case studies we're digging into all point to one gigantic hurdle that's tripping up everyone else. Just the sheer costs and, frankly, the inefficiency of finding actual, real buyers.
And here is the number that should make you wince. $283. That's the reported average cost to get just one potential customer lead using old-school advertising. That is so expensive, and there is absolutely no guarantee that that person will ever even set foot in the dealership.
You know, that high cost is really just part of this bigger, super frustrating cycle. Getting leads is slow. Turning those leads into actual appointments is even harder. All the while, every single car that's just sitting on the lot is costing the dealer money. Getting good trade-ins is a whole other expensive headache, and it's just tough to get noticed. It's like a perfect storm of things going wrong. So, how in the world do you break out of a cycle like that? Well, the answer from these case studies is pretty clear. You don't just try harder, you build a machine. So let's take a look at the anatomy of this so-called Facebook sales event. Now, what's so fascinating here is that this is not just about, boosting a post and hoping for the best. No way. This is a very methodical 5-step process. It all starts with incredibly specific targeting, using hundreds of data points to find the people who are already looking for a car. Then you hit them with ads that create real urgency. That's followed by immediate engagement from a special team. The event itself runs like a flash sale online, and every single click, every comment is tracked and analyzed. The psychology behind this is absolutely key. The entire point is to make buying a car feel like it's Black Friday. You're not really targeting the person who's spent the last 6 months researching every little detail. You're targeting the deal hunter, the person who is ready to pull the trigger the second they see a great offer. And right here, this is the engine of the entire operation, the BDC, or Business Development Center. Now, this is not some automated chatbot. We're talking about a live team of real people right here in the US, working 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their only job? Respond to every single inquiry in under 2 minutes. That's speed. That's what turns a casual click into a confirmed appointment. Okay, so that all sounds pretty impressive on paper, but does the machine actually deliver the goods? Let's get into the numbers. Let's just start with the bottom line, the thing everyone cares about, return on investment. The source breaks down a few different event packages. And wow, just look at these numbers. The ROI is consistently over 850%. We're talking an 8-to-1, even a 9-to-1 return on your money. I mean, those are the kinds of numbers that make any business owner sit up and pay attention.
So how on earth do they get an ROI like that? Well, this chart really breaks down the funnel, and this is where it gets crazy. For every 10 appointments they set, 6 people actually show up at the dealership. Okay, not bad, but of those people who walk through the door, get this, an incredible 50%, 1 out of every 2, ends up buying a car. Those are the kinds of conversion rates that lead to those massive profit numbers.
And this wasn't just some one-hit wonder. I mean, look at this table. It shows a snapshot from a bunch of different dealerships. And notice the variety here. We've got Buick, Ford, Chevy, Honda. The events themselves run for different lengths of time, but the results,
They are just consistently huge no matter the brand, the market, or the time frame.
Okay, so we've seen the what and we've seen the how. But why is this so different from the thousands of other digital marketing agencies that are out there? Let's talk about the real secret sauce.
This comparison pretty much says it all. A typical agency, they might promise you leads. This model, it guarantees appointments. Where other leads just go cold and unanswered, this model has that live team responding in minutes. And here's the kicker. While most agencies offer you zero performance guarantees, this one is built on a very, very powerful promise.
And there it is. This is probably the single biggest game changer in the entire system. The company behind this literally guarantees they will hit a certain number of appointments for the dealership, and if they don't, they keep working for free until they do. That just completely erases the financial risk for the dealer, and it shows an insane amount of confidence in their own process.
Okay, so we've seen how this finely tuned machine works for car dealers, but let's just zoom out for a second. What does the existence of a system this powerful, this effective, mean for the rest of us, just scrolling through our feeds every day?
You know, we looked at car sales today, but the design of this machine could be used for almost anything. The big takeaway is this. The most effective ads you see aren't just selling you a product anymore, they're selling you an event. They use data to find you at the perfect time, they use urgency to make you act now, and they use a real person to close the loop in minutes. So the next time you see a flash sale for a brand you were just looking at, or a limited time alert pops up, you're not just seeing an ad, you're probably looking at the front door of a highly tuned sales machine. And the real question is, now that you can see it, how does that change the way you look at your own feed?